So this is going to go over the procedure for Fox 40 or Marzhocchi Bomber 58. For changing out the cartridge, taking it off the bike, you do have to, as you can see here, that's my headset bearings kit. So you do have to disassemble the headset slightly to get the forks out. And then once you get the forks out, you know, it's just a simple few bolts, it comes out. So really you just got to pay attention for the oil just to make sure that doesn't get everywhere. So the same body for the Marzhocchi Bomber 58s and the Fox 40s are exactly the same, just the internal dampener is different. So if you bought the cheaper version of the Fox 40s, which would be the Bomber 58s, and there's no high and low speed dampening, what you can do is add the Fox 40 dampener, or you can add, now Ohlins has the TTX18, and I'll link where I bought it from down in the description below. But you can upgrade to the Ohlins dampener on a Fox 40 or a Marzhocchi Bomber 58. So this is going to go over that. I actually already took it apart. As you can tell, the oil that was in there was real bad. Definitely needed to be changed. It's recommended that you service the forks every 100 hours. This is well overdue. I'll show you what the dampener looks like. So it's actually real simple to do this on the dampener side, which is going to be opposite of if you have the spring or the air. For me, the Marzhocchi, it's going to be this top cover right here. There's a little Allen right here, super tiny Allen right there, and you're gonna take that off. This cover is gonna come off, and then you're gonna have this little spring and then these two geared washers that sit on top of each other, and that's what controls the clicks from left to right. Once you get that off, you can see here this is how you adjust the dampening. So obviously it's not going to click because those sprockets are what causes the click. There's little dimples in it, and each dimple is the clicks. So there's this thing here, this pulls out, but don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. Right here, it's going to be a 26 millimeter. You're going to take this off. So just loosen it, that comes loose. So one thing to be aware of is what I did for mine was when I loosened this top portion, I just turned it upside down into the cup. And I just emptied out the oil just so that the oil doesn't get everywhere. And then on the bottom, you're gonna take the cap off. Mine's a little damaged, but you're gonna take the cap off, and then underneath that you're gonna see the knob that you turn to adjust rebound, and there's a little Allen right here. Loosen the Allen, and then this just pulls right off, and then you can get to this. And this was, I believe, a 14. And so what you're gonna want to do is put the cap back on over this, and then use a rubber mallet or a plastic mallet, and you're gonna hit this. You're not super hard, but you know, just keep whacking it, and then that will push in the bottom of the dampener. And then literally when that pushes it in, it kicks it out, and it just pulls right out. So one thing to be aware of. Okay, so what it is it sits here. This chamber is larger than this chamber, and so it sits right here so that if the shock were to bottom out, it hits that rubber piece instead of metal on metal. So when I had pulled out the original dampener, that came out. So you just got to kind of put it in at an angle and push it in, and then once it's in this chamber, it's pretty much the size of the chamber. So once you pick up the stanchions and stand it upright, it just goes right back down. What you're going to end up needing is Fox 5-weight Teflon infused, 50 cc's of that, and that's how much oil you're going to fill up into here. Also remember to clean out the inside of any old oil, and then you're going to want to wipe down your dampener before sliding it in. This is the TTX18. Really nice. It's got double adjustments for dampening and rebound. So basically it's the exact same thing that we did taking it apart. On the bottom you're gonna have this right here, which is held in by an Allen, and then this piece here. So also something to remember is you're gonna need oil and you're gonna need a crush washer. So it doesn't come with either of those. A crush washer is what's gonna go, so this is gonna get slid in. It's gonna be the crush washer. Then this one right here, that one's gonna go on. You're gonna get this gold piece on, and then the Allen again. And then for the top side, it's a little bit different. Basically the same thing, but a tad different. So again, it's gonna be a Allen key that you're gonna get this top piece off with, and this was very hard to get off. I kind of scratched it up because it's, as you can tell, it's real thin. It's real hard to get a hold of, and there's blue Loctite on this Allen. And then for the second adjustment right here, there's a recessed Allen. So you pull that Allen and then it pulls right out. So I'm gonna go over real quick how to get this in. I don't have oil and I don't have the crush washer, but I'm gonna just go ahead and slide it in. You will need a 28 chamferless socket, and you're just gonna pass it all the way down. And just get it all the way in. So I let out the air on my side so that the stanchions were shorter. You're gonna have to fill the air up a little bit, so just so that the stanchions raise out. You're gonna use a 28 millimeter. You're gonna tighten this down first. You're gonna tighten the top cap to 150 inch-pounds, but you're gonna go ahead and tighten this down. Get this black one back on. You're gonna use the Allen on the side to tighten it down. Get the blue one back on right here, and then that Allen. And you're just gonna wanna make sure that you don't want this to turn while you're tightening it. You can damage it. It's gonna be sticking out. You're gonna have to just push it in. Put 50 cc's of the oil. So once you get the oil in there and the bottom part comes back out, you're gonna go ahead and put your crush washer back on, and then you're gonna take this and you're gonna torque it to 18 inch-pounds, the gold piece, and then the little Allen, and install it back on the bike, and you're done. So fairly simple, not as hard as it may seem. It's just a lot of things you got to do, but you just do it one at a time, and you can get that done. So that's the install with the TTX18 on the Marzhocchi Bomber 58s or the Fox 40s. All right, thanks.